What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We're coming to you live from Gotham, kinda. We got a cool background. Anyways, thank you everyone last week for watching the podcast, listening to the podcast, and thank you for watching the Let's Play and continuing to watch the Let's Plays and all your support and spreading the links and talking about us on a regular basis. I'm going to pretend. Housekeeping, because that's what everyone calls it when they do this kind of thing. Podcast goes live Monday, streams Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, tech Discord to what I'm playing, and Let's Plays every Wednesday. I will update Discord to whatever I am playing on the Let's Play that week. Anyways, on to the news. Ewan McGregor cast as Black Mask in the upcoming Birds of Prey movie.
I like it.
I like it. I'm honestly like, okay, this movie's
in the movie.
This movie's going.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go.
I like it. I was more interested in the movie. Confirming that it was Black Mask. There were a lot of rumors that it was Black Mask as the villain.
Yeah.
I like the idea of seeing a different villain. I'm just gonna take the movie as it is and hope that we see him again.
Yeah. So that's
I'm
like
doubtful that we ever will.
Yeah. So we've got most of our cast of Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hoping it goes to the lines of like, they're already as a team. Black Mask shows up. He might have like a couple of like B-list villain guys that like are his henchmen, so they're not necessarily fighting him. And then at the end, they just fight Black Mask. Because I don't want it just to be like fighting random henchmen for an entire movie and Black Mask in the background. I wish he would like send like little guys at the fodder load, like fucking Condiment King or some bullshit. Obviously not Condiment King, but
that was the first one.
That would be the first B-list villain I could think of was Condiment King.
B-list? You're really praising the
Condiment King is the man.
On the B-list.
I'm putting him on the B-list. Yeah. So I'm glad for that. It makes me more excited for Birds of Prey than I already wasn't. And that movie comes out 2020.
I think it's Batman. I think it was Batman.
Yeah.
50-something, 2 or 53. I don't know. Anyways, he's fighting Firefly, and there's a new Firefly, right? This girl. And she's talking to her mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's rambling off like all these other villains. He's like, well, Joker, and you got Two-Face and Riddler, like they're on the A team.
Yeah.
And he's like, and sometimes like so-and-so's on the B team, like Mr. Freeze or like Penguin, because like Penguin just does what he does, like Batman lets him go sometimes. And then he's like, and then you got us on like the E team. Like he even put himself on the E team or whatever. It's so funny.
I love it. That's hilarious.
But Condiment King is on the B team.
Condiment King's on the B team. Hell yeah, son. Also this week, Falcon and Winter Soldier getting a limited series on Disney Play streaming service. So it looks like that actually was the name of the streaming service. Remember we had that rumor that they're like that might have been it. I don't know if they actually confirmed it.
No, I think they announced it.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Disney Play, that's what it's called.
We read a lot of stuff I don't remember 2 weeks later.
It's a cool idea, I guess. They're going to be big budget limited series. Like they're going to be feature film money wise. That's what the other report says.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of limited, but again, this goes like I said with Joker, and the idea of like, okay, it's limited.
Yeah.
You give these guys a 6 episode or 5 episode, anywhere from 4 to 6 episode run, but then that's it.
Yeah.
Like you don't add 3 episodes, you don't do a second season, you don't, you do those 6 episodes.
Disney's been pretty good with their properties.
Like, if you want to do it again, you got to wait a couple years and then you do like season 2.
Yeah.
But you don't do season 2 the following fucking year for 6 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, like, know what the word limited means.
Yeah, basically. I think that with this they will.
I hope so.
And then I don't think we ever talked about this, but they also announced that Loki and Scarlet Witch will have their own projects as well. And on top of that, with their actors who play them.
Yeah, like these guys will be doing it.
Yeah, which is fucking cool. Sebastian Shaw and Mackie Hiddleston and Olsen will be reprising their roles, which is cool. I'm hoping they do well. Also, apparently, according to one thing, the Vision will be appearing in Scarlet Witch's series. So, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Cool. This just adds to fucking Disney's and Marvel's fucking ownership of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, again, just doing stuff. Good for them. People want more of it? Here we go. Also, this week, Netflix put out a teaser, basically screen test, kind of, sort of, costume test of The Witcher. Henry Cavill as Geralt. Yeah. And he looks like a mix between Highlander, Raiden, and Legolas from Lord of the Rings. I finally watched this teaser on the way home because I was like, "All right, I gotta watch it." And yeah, it's a costume test basically.
It even says it if you read that the sound clap. It says like costume test or whatever.
Yeah, good for it. I have big things from the series. It looks like it's gonna be good, and it's Netflix.
Yeah,
I like that it doesn't have a date yet,
mm-hmm.
So it's just 2019. We'll get it at some point in 2019. Also, staying on a Netflix train, they have ordered season 3 of Castlevania. It debuted last week, and now it's got a season 3. So good for that. Gotham's final season premiere will be January 2019, and they ordered 2 episodes as well to round out the series. I guess they just had a little bit more material to do with. Good for them. No one knew when this shit was premiering.
No.
Until the press release on the 30th. So yeah, if you watch Gotham and are anticipating season 5, the final season, Batman appears. It'll probably just beating up geriatric patients. So if you like that show, good for you. I hope you enjoy the little bit you have left of it. I'm not. I can't. I can't do it.
I've heard some really good things about it.
I've heard really good things. I can't do it.
And I watched that first season and it wasn't bad.
No.
I remember liking it. I think it even started the second season. Then it just got busy and I fell off.
I think I topped out long even before you did.
Liking like some of it.
Yeah.
But I think going back and knowing how it is,
yeah,
I think I could finish it, knowing that it's like an Elseworlds.
I can't do it. I can't. I guess kind of Netflix news. Todd McFarlane. I guess his movie doesn't start for like 8 months in production.
I think it got pushed back.
So it's still 8 months. But like, it's weird. This article's weird because it says he'd be willing to sell the movie to Netflix, and I'm like, why are you shooting a movie if you don't have a distributor yet? Are you just hoping someone picks it up? I'm like, that's really stupid. Yeah, really, really stupid. I thought this was supposed to be a big theatrical release and it was ready to go, and no, it isn't. It's just like,
it's him shooting it in the backyard.
Which I'm like, if Netflix picks it up, don't do a movie, do a series. Do like an 8-episode run for Spawn. I think that'd be really good. Kind of like the old HBO animated series that was awesome. I like Spawn as a character, but they're really bad with adapting it into shit. It's one of those ones where you're like, it was one of those 90s comic book movies where you thought it was great because like you get to see Spawn and all these characters and this is great. Yeah. And then you realize now you're like, no, these are fucking awful. Spawn looks really good in the movie though. His cape's kind of cool. It's dated now because they updated in animation, but like, it's a bad movie. Just not good at all. And some of the effects just look fucking trash. Hell looks like a shit show. It's so bad in that movie.
I actually don't know if I've ever seen a whole one.
Of Spawn?
Of Spawn.
I've seen all of Spawn a bunch of times. I haven't watched it in a while, though. This I thought was hilarious. So Avatar, I think, wrapped production or some bullshit.
As in Avatar...
Oh, yeah.
Cameron or Avatar?
Yeah, I should specify this. The fake Avatar, the franchise by James Cameron, who's shooting 37 movies at once, and I
read something about, like, the fourth and concluding filming right there.
Yeah.
Up a little more. I've already... The second and third one have concluded filming, and they're starting the fourth and fifth sequels soon.
Yeah, it's a little movie. You might have heard of it. But, wow. I was surprised, first of all, when they did that. I think it was like a week ago they wrapped filming. But also, they updated the logo. It looks cool, but also generic. but also looks like Team Mystic's thing. It might be Mystic. I don't fucking know. With the bird on the Pokemon thing. But it kind of looks like that. It's a bird with an A. Mm-hmm. You know what? I should probably just fucking throw it in there. Because I last week I said I was going to throw something in and I didn't. Mm-hmm. So they're probably like, I have no fucking clue. But I'll throw this in. We're at the 10-minute mark. So I'll throw the logo and you guys can see it in all its little glory here. But yeah, it looks cool. I do like the background though.
I like that post.
Posters on that. The poster's cool.
I still have like.
Oh, I have huge reservations about the entire fucking franchise. Yeah. I'm not gonna see it. This is a movie that you should have just went with and not waited so goddamn long. Like that first one did fucking gangbusters, and then they waited and waited and waited, and now it's like
it never works anymore.
You have 2 of these shot and are shooting another 2. You better hope these take off.
You better hope these next 2 work.
So I don't
imagine the money they lose.
Well, James Cameron, I'm pretty sure paid for it out of pocket. My problem with Avatar is everyone thought it was like the greatest movie ever, and I'm like, it's fucking Pocahontas.
Yeah, it's not like
It's not like I am intrigued to see what the story is for the next one.
Yeah, story-wise, it's nothing special. It's
a
generic, overused story. Visually,
kind of amazing.
Kind of
amazing.
Like,
again, that was 10 years ago.
I don't really know if it was all that groundbreaking. Like,
it's the first one to like wasn't it the first one to use 3D? But like. The only 3D you see is like shit flying in the air. Yeah. The entire movie, you're just like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, and now like movies are 3D, movies are converted, movies are even shot in 3D, and a lot of people don't go to them.
No.
A lot of, they're not big special things like. Yeah. Some movies that you would think would be 3D aren't 3D because they're like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, people don't want to see 3D.
Nope.
A lot of people don't want to watch it in 3D.
Well, look at 3D TVs. They're supposed to be the big rage, and all the consoles had like updates that put them in 3D, and now it's dead.
Yeah.
3D when it came back was supposed to be not a fad, and it once again it ended up being a fad. Mm-hmm. Granted, it looked better than it ever did.
Yeah.
But it's still a fad. And it still sucked when they forced you to watch movies in 3D, and you're like, I don't want to. Anyways, the director of It has been hired to direct the live-action Attack on Titan movie. Andy Machete. Yeah.
Something else. If you scroll up, there was another.
Yeah, he's also doing the remake of The Time Machine. Cool classic story that Hollywood has done at least 7 times now.
No idea what The Time Machine is.
It's just that one with the dude with the. It's in Big Bang. Remember when they bought the time machine?
That weird bed-looking thing?
Yeah, when it had the fan on the background. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah, they did one. I think in the early 2000s. If I'm just purely bullshitting here, but yeah, Warner Brothers and Caseta have finalized the deal, setting him up as the director for the new live-action adaptation. It's had several live actions, 2 of them in Japan in 2015, and now this is.
We had one in 2002.
Yeah. Here. Oh, I meant. Sorry, I meant
Attack.
Attack. Okay. He's obviously made a lot of money doing It, a movie I have tried to watch on numerous occasions, but haven't got past the first 5 minutes. Attack on Titan is massive. It has a hugely popular TV show as well as manga. I actually enjoy watching that show. Seeing that in live action would be pretty fucking cool. But fucking Time Machine, I have no goddamn interest in. I don't care. My Time Machine is a fucking TARDIS. And if it's not a TARDIS, it's a fucking car. If it's not a car, it's a phone booth. The Bill and Ted. That's pretty much it. That's my time travel stuff. Bill and Ted. Oh, man, you're missing out. You should watch it. It's good.
I think if I watched it now,
yeah,
it'd just be like
really bad for you. Yeah.
I'd just be dated as fuck, right? Go watch a movie from 1982 for the first time right now and enjoy it. No, I'm not going to.
Ghostbusters. Not 82.
For the first time.
Nah, it's still pretty good.
You go watch it for the first time. You never seen it. You're 30 years old.
I think you could hold. I think you could do with it. I think you could deal with it. It's it doesn't rely a lot on.
It's not super CG. Like,
no, but not even CG, but like just the story and the comedy is like it's relative. It might be dated, but it's kind of relative to the story, right?
I think some of it would just be dated.
Yeah, I think it's like when we tried to watch Taxi.
Yeah, I think like a person our age, let's say, who for some reason hadn't
watched Ghostbusters. First of all, you're broken.
Yeah, but going to watch it for the first time right now, I don't know if like. I don't think they would enjoy it just because, like...
I think they might be able to do it.
Some of the stuff just... I think the jokes fall flat.
Yeah.
The comedic style isn't relevant.
Well, that's because comedic style sucks.
Yeah, but it's not the way that it was.
I can't tell you the last new comedy I've watched.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Maybe Daddy's Home, the first one. They're all kind of the same movie now. Mm-hmm. Crazy. I want to talk about this because it's funny. Sabrina, The Adventures of Sabrina, the show, live action show that premiered on Netflix last week? A couple weeks ago. I've yet to watch it, but he watched it, said it's pretty good. I hear really good things about it. But an organization called the Satanic Temple is threatening legal action against Netflix for copying the design of the monument of... You want to take a shot at that?
Monument to...
Bafflement.
Really popular series, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
So a Satan cult is like, hey, you copyrighted an image of our satanic god. That's not cool. You rarely see the devil worshipping side go against the TV show. The Christians, they're like, fuck, you can't have this. We'll sue you for this. Rarely do you see the other side be like, no, that's not cool. It's not very often. So I thought that was kind of funny. They sent a copyright violation to them, and I just went...
Go to the original. Maybe it has a picture.
Oh, God, it's IGN. Nah.
So why would they put a picture?
Because, again, I state, God, it's IGN. I can't...
They clearly depict what they're talking about in their article.
Yeah. Short little diatribe here. I think we've covered this on many occasions. I used to love going to IGN. I would open up the page, go read all the articles, check in, see what was going on. I can't do it anymore.
One of my go-to pages.
I can't. It's not anymore. It's not even on my taskbar. Like I can't do it anymore. It's just gotten so bad. Its whole entire layout is fucking awful.
It's horrible on the fucking
phone. It's fucking god awful.
Mobile?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't even try to open it on mobile. Just don't. Like the fucking and it doesn't update properly. It's fucking stupid. And speaking of, while we're talking about cease and desist, I got this came out earlier. HBO sent out a Trump has been tweeting about winter is coming, basically. But it's more he put tariffs are coming, and it styled it in the Game of Thrones type of thing. Yeah. And HBO was like, they're really, really not impressed by that. And they would prefer you to not be using their shit to promote stuff.
Scroll down a little bit. Do they reference his thing?
Yeah, they reference his tweet, but they also...
Probably not in this article, though.
They also read... in one of their tweets, it says, how do you say trademark misuse and Dothraki? So, yeah, they're not impressed. There you go. There's the picture.
Oh, okay.
I'm not putting this picture up because I don't want this fucker's face anywhere on my podcast.
I get that. I know, but looking at it, I see the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's very much how you can see it.
Yeah,
and this idiot can't even look at the fucking. He's like, "What's going on over there?" I'm done. I'm gonna go into a rant about Trump. But yeah, they were not impressed by that, and there's a lot I don't understand. Like, I get that's satire, but you see it a lot with music. They use music when they come out, and it's not just him, but a lot of politicians do it, and the artists are super fucking angry. They're
some of them are because they don't
stop using my shit to promote your stuff. Yeah. It happened a lot to I think it's Ted Cruz this year.
I think so. Yeah.
And then earlier this week, Trump used "Happy" from Pharrell to come out, and he was like, "Dude, don't use my shit." I'm like, I get that. I'm like, You do have to get
I
permission
get it.
to use that. Like,
Do you have to though?
I think so. Yeah, if it's
I was
like
gonna say, like,
because
so
it's a televised event, right? It's a press conference or a live thing he's
Yeah.
shooting. You can't just use music. You have to get like if it was just him at a press conference somewhere, I think they're okay in that regards. But I think if it's a live thing, they have to
But I think
get the
if
license.
it's not, was it being recorded?
Yeah, it was recorded for a thing
That would be
because they're putting it out
'Cause I think
too,
if
right?
it's-
If it's
But
not
if
recorded,
it-
you can
if
kind of
it-
do whatever you
can kinda
want.
do whatever
Yeah.
you want. And then I was thinking, but what if it's live and therefore technically not recorded?
Yeah, I don't know
Right?
how that falls.
Like,
yeah,
If it's just
because but I think
the idea is like anybody can record it.
but I think
afterwards,
what it is it'll post later, right?
Yeah.
Because like we get hit not while I'm streaming, but later
Yeah.
with it. So I think that's what it's in regards to. So I don't know how fair use works. Neither does
You
YouTube.
create the
So
music and you put it out there. I mean, you run that risk of people listening to it
yeah,
and wanting to use it or whatever. So it is a weird thing though, where it's like, is it like I
Yeah.
understand like maybe, but then like okay, so two things. I'll say like maybe you should be getting permission, but maybe you don't have to.
yeah,
But then like people who like are at the conference or watching on TV or whatever, don't assume that don't assume that him and Pharrell are like best buddies.
Yeah.
You're just listening to his fucking music and
Yeah.
playing it. Don't associate the artist of that song with this guy's political views. Like,
but that's the
he just
problem.
wants to- well, people do.
Yeah,
People do. That's the
100%.
fucking
Oh, he's playing Pharrell.
They must be
It's
best
Trump
buddies.
supporters. Yeah,
they hang out 3 times a week and do whatever. Like no, like he just is using my fucking song.
Yeah.
and that's it. Just he wants
Yeah.
to play my song.
And-
my
and
song.
again, because-
and you
yeah.
know what? You want to pay me? Fucking pay me. I don't give a shit. But like, use my song. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're not best buddies and hanging out 3 times
Yeah.
a fucking week.
But the problem is the public
People assume
zeitgeist
that-
of like, oh, he's listening to Pharrell. Oh, Pharrell's
best friend.
so dumb. And earlier this week, and in hindsight, if you actually see it, Jesse L. Martin is taking a break from the Flash. He suffered an injury before the season started, and he's taking a leave of absence from the show.
And there's no return date. in
Yeah, there's no
this article
timetable for his return, and I haven't seen one yet. So I hope he gets well. It sucks that he's hurt. And if you watch a few of the episodes, you can see him kind
I
of
picked up on it, I
sitting
was telling
down.
you.
Yeah, he told me about different scenes because I watched the first premiere, and yeah, he doesn't walk around or anything in
Yeah,
that
and there's,
episode
like,
either.
I think in the second or maybe the third episode, I was like, huh, this is like the 6th time we've seen him in the 3 episodes or whatever, and all 6 times he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
He conveniently had a chair, and he was in the chair, or was on the couch, or was in whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I picked up on it before the announcement came out, but I just want to see like who they shoehorn into his scenes now. Hopefully it's Barry.
Yeah.
I had so
Barry
I
could
had
use
an-
some
I had
screen
an
time.
epiphany
Oh God.
of an idea of like
Strap
just the
in,
way
folks.
storytelling has changed.
Hmm.
So I got two examples.
Okay.
So both are dated, but it's supposed to show the point that
Yeah.
things have changed. So you go back to Smallville.
Hmm.
Tom Welling,
Yeah.
42-minute episode. I swear he was in about 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? The story was about Clark.
Hmm.
You go back a little further, Lois and Clark. Just go with me on this.
Hmm.
Story was about Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Same idea. It was 42. It was an hour show, 42 minutes. Fucking Dean Cain's in 42 and a half minutes.
He's in the credits just reading the names.
Exactly. Like
He's
in
like
every fucking scene.
Stephen Doe, director of photography.
Redo those shows now. Here's where it changes.
Yeah.
So Lois and Clark, you had Perry White,
Mhm.
right? You
Yeah.
had Jimmy Olsen. In 2018, you would go home with Perry. You would meet his wife.
Yeah.
You would have his 2 kids, who he wasn't a good parent with because he was always at the fucking newspaper, working that fucking paper, right? Back
Yeah.
in the day, right? So he's estranged from them, so they don't get along, and then his wife's caught in the middle because she wanted him to support the family, so he was working, and then you go home with Jimmy and you meet his mom, and his mom's a drug addict, so
Yeah.
he had a rough life, he had no dad, so he's trying to make the living for his family and make some money at the Daily Planet to support that and get
CW.
that. And then exactly. And then that you go to Smallville, you had a little bit wider cast,
Hmm.
but then you would go home with Chloe and see what her life was like with the dad and the thing and the thing.
Yeah.
And you go home with, and then that's where we are today. with small Arrow and Flash.
Yep.
You got all these, like, I don't give a fuck about his goddamn wife or that goddamn fucking baby.
No.
They should never have fucking screen time.
Right,
you got
I agree.
42 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're giving precious minutes to the fucking infant child who doesn't even speak, but the mom can read the mind because to be honest, I don't even know if she can or not, but I think she can read minds.
I don't know.
And
latent superpower.
And who gives a fuck?
I don't.
But that's where storytelling has changed.
Yeah.
That example right there is just like it is broadened out to other characters, and then you got to learn about their fucking struggles.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes away from Barry and Oliver.
Yeah.
Like I watched, you didn't watch anything,
nah.
right? So like
I'm gonna binge watch it again at some point.
I watched everything again. I'm all caught up. Arrow this week though, I will say not one of their better ones because there was a lot of time spent away from Oliver in the prison, and I was just like,
I want someone to go back and just like find every podcast where you're like, I'm fucking done with the Flash, I'm out, and now it's got you in again.
Oh no! Like I'm still watching I'm still watching it in 18 minutes.
Yeah.
I only watch the scenes where Barry's in.
Yeah.
If I don't see Barry on that screen, I skip until I find him again. Oh, okay, I gotta go back. Like here he is. Let's go back.
Yeah.
So I get led into the fucking plot again or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only watch the scenes that he's in.
That makes sense. So, quick little side tangent before I have an example of a great example of that storytelling thing. Did you know that the Flash that what's his face is playing in the Elseworld stories?
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the 90s Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that
His dad was the guy that plays his dad was the 90s Flash.
Yeah, no, but in the Elseworld stories, he's going to be that character. He's not the one that we saw as a different Flash already. He's the Flash. And I'm like, that is fucking awesome. Because what I read was a 3-page article about why the Smallville era show should be canon in the CW. And they were just like,
they can easily do it.
They need to do it. And I'm just like, small cameo. I hope they kept it under wraps where you just see Tom Welling on that farm just kind of like ducking in there and then dips out.
Well, you got the other fucking one now.
Yeah.
The Superboy in there.
Who was awesome. But like it's an Elseworld story, man. Like Smallville it up. But I thought that was easily. And like it looks like they want to. So perfect example of storytelling is the 2012 RoboCop. I think it might be 9.
Whatever.
Anyways, the new RoboCop.
Yep.
Perfect example of
modern
shut the fuck up and show RoboCop.
Yep.
That movie, like you don't see RoboCop, I swear to God, till like the 50 fucking minute mark. Because they had to talk about it. They had to show it. They had to fucking be like, here's RoboCop's somatic. Here's his family leading up to it. Here's
the pre-RoboCop, like the
Here's the example of like what RoboCop might be. Here's the scientist designing it at home, and she's got shit going on. And here's the villain who's got shit going on. Granted, you should show the villain subtext of why he's the villain. I understand that from a storytelling perspective. But like,
there's a lot of shit.
The first RoboCop, they show the cop. He gets blown the fuck away in a very gruesome scene, and guess what? He's RoboCop, and you see some of the effects of the family later on because you kind of have to for storytelling purposes. But like, that's fucking it. Then he's RoboCop.
Yep.
The perfect example. That RoboCop movie should have been fucking awesome, but because they spent 50 minutes telling a story I didn't give a fuck about, I'm like, this movie sucks, and everyone else agreed because no one watched it.
Yep.
But like, we should have gotten another. It was Carl Urban playing RoboCop. Right? Yeah.
No. He did Dredd.
I thought who did RoboCop?
Kinnaman, Joel.
Another big guy that should have been someone else, but wasn't. Yeah. I thought it was Urban. I don't know. I'm dumb. Anyways,
Dredd.
All right. Yeah, that was a good movie too. Dredd was really good, and they're working on that TV show too. So, I want to talk about something before we get back to these stories that we didn't bring up because it hasn't been like officially confirmed, but kind of rumored, but kind of was a rumor for someone who has no fucking say, but just secondhand knowledge. But then someone who does have say said something, and it's the whole thing with Apu. And I don't think we've ever actually touched upon this, but we might have. And
we talked about one.
Yeah, what's going on with Apu and The Simpsons? And we're kind of in this, I'll say, delicate situation of like, because of the way political correctness is, and I fucking hate that word, but because of the way everything is and society is, and everything's kind of been like oversensitized, and like the smallest thing is now a thing, where like in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s it wasn't, but now everything has to be a thing. And Apu kind of falls into that, like, yeah, he is a racial stereotype and he's up to the degree, but like show is like everyone on that is a character of
he's the fat donut eating lazy cop,
and Homer is the dumbass American blue collar idiot worker. His son's a sociopath, his daughter's a sociopath in a different right. Marge is like the victim who should leave but doesn't because she loves her husband. Like the neighbors, the Bible thumping, like goodwill, the Heidi Ho. Everyone's a stereotype. Like Cletus is the redneck yokel. Like everyone is. But like I understand the context and why people, but why so much of Apu? And I think it's just because he is the most prominent of all the stereotypes with race. Like Hibbert's in there, but he's not really a race character.
No.
And like Bumblebee Man is also one, but he's not prevalent all the time. Where Apu is in every scene, pretty much in an episode. And I get why some people are offended by him, but at the same time, I'm like, again, I'm a white guy, so I really can't say anything. But I do get it, and it came out that like after that documentary, there's been a lot of focus on what they're going to do with Apu. And again, he's played by Hank Azaria, a white guy, so that adds to like, you know, should they or should they not? It's kind of like the white dude in Johnny Five who was an Indian guy, which I did not know until recently. I'm like, oh, okay. But it was a big part of the what's his face is on Master of None's talking about it, about how he wants to be a better Indian actor because of the, you know, there's no role for Indians, and if they do have one, it's played by a white guy, and that was kind of like his whole thing. And I'm like, I get that. It's just so Andy Sankar, a guy who did like the live action remakes of stuff he has no permission to do but makes cool ones. He said that two sources close to The Simpsons said that they are just going to quietly phase out Apu.
Just kind of write him off, but not write him off.
They're just not going to use him anymore. And then it kind of like, it blew up because obviously people are polarized on both ends about this. And some are in the middle like me. It's just like kind of keep him, but like fix him a little bit. Make him less of a racial. You can still be a character, but just tone him down a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, like even watching, like I still watch it. He's not in a lot of episodes.
No, he's not as much. He's not as prevalent as he was.
So like, yeah.
But then like The Simpsons made a joke about it and it kind of pissed more people off.
The thing with the book.
They kind of like they did
their fuck you.
Yeah, they did their fuck you, which I think at the time I understand why they did their fuck you, and I support the right to fuck you. Yeah. But like maybe I don't know. Don't poke the bear. Yeah. But then one of the producers,
the bears, though?
That's what, yeah. It's like, don't fucking accuse us of poking, like, but then it sat there for like 3 days, and then finally one of the producers of The Simpsons was like, "This guy doesn't speak for us,"
but he doesn't confirm or deny.
Yeah, he doesn't confirm or deny it at all. Which I'm gonna take that as confirmation that like, no, they're not phasing out Apu, and that was just
they're just not confirming or denying.
It could have been miscommunication of like what they were doing. But we hadn't talked about it yet, so I wanted to get that out there. But like Apu, I think has actually grown.
Recasted his voice with an Indian actor.
I might do it. I think retool him slightly so that not retool, like just tone him down in terms like I don't know. Apu hasn't been that much of a racial stereotype, at least to me. Yeah, he's still the guy who works at the Quickie Mart or whatever. But like, I haven't seen him be as like crazy thing as he is. But yeah. So I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there.
Robbed once or twice.
Exactly. That's normal America. You work at a convenience store, you're gonna get robbed. It's just normal life.
Jake walks in and robs him. Right? That's what he does.
Yeah. But I just wanted to get that out there before we talked about more things. Titans. There's possible detailed leaks on the Nightwing costume and the Wonder Girl, the Deanna Troi costume. I won't go into the specifics, but basically it's like
they're gonna
be badass and they're gonna look like the costumes, which.
I wonder if you see it at the end of the season though, like season 1.
Where it's just like the ad and they pull out and he's wearing Nightwing now.
Maybe
that'd be cool. And then season 2 is like him as Nightwing, because I've been watching Titans. I'm 3 episodes in. The 4th one aired. I haven't watched it yet, but
the 4th one airs tonight.
Yeah, 4th one airs tonight.
Or today.
I don't fucking have a clue. I just do things when it comes out. I'm liking the tone of the show. I like where it's heading. I'm not sure how I feel about certain things. I don't want to spoil it too much because I know a lot of people have not watched this show yet. But as I'm watching this, I'm like, you Google search Titans and like there's a lot of reviews from big sites and everything. But I was just like, I'm afraid for this show. But then I remembered it was automatically renewed for season 2. But then it just put me at ease because I'm like, this is a show that I could easily see and get canceled. Not because it's bad, because it's just. It could get lost easily in the shuffle.
Yeah, and on its own channel. It's what anchors it.
Exactly. DC needs shows on this universe to sell it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, never mind.
In a way, it's easy.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. But watching it, I was like, okay. But like, we saw a teaser for the Doom Patrol costumes, and they look pretty accurate to what I've seen of Doom Patrol's pictures. But we've seen the Robin suit, the Nightwing suit, or not the Robin suit and Hawk and Dove. Sorry, they look fucking phenomenal. And we saw that Batman suit that may or may not be Batman suit, and that didn't look that good.
You see him in the shadows and stuff.
I haven't seen him yet in the shadows. Yeah, honestly, I've fallen asleep a couple times, not because the show is boring, but because I don't sleep. But he could have been it. I don't know. But I'm liking Titans. But this is cool that like. They are taking care to make these costumes awesome. And I really appreciate Titans and DC for doing that because they have to have something good going for
them. Did you see the costume for the villain for the Elseworlds?
No, I didn't even know they had a villain for Elseworlds yet.
Something about, what was his name? Let me look it up.
The Monitor? I didn't. Yeah, I knew that was the villain overarching, but I didn't know if that was the villain. Because they play a big role in Crisis, right?
All right.
I didn't know they showed off a costume of him. We're looking at the costume. Is it screen? What is the? Go back up.
It's just that's the actor.
I wanted to see what their comic costume looked like.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
But what I was getting to is like it looks pretty good. Like I like that it's not a pair of pants and a jacket.
I will give the CW credit. They've improved their outfits greatly. The new Arrow costume looks awesome. Flash's new suit is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They got rid of a lot of those lines.
Yeah,
I hated those lines.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. Really yeah, it does. The Batgirl's looks amazing. Now that's the first. Is that the first like pick live action pick?
This is that's like her taking a selfie.
But that's not the first live action shot. We got the one shot, but it didn't look like a live action shot. You know what I mean? It looks.
It's a CGI shot or whatever.
This is an actual true thing. That looks fucking amazing. Why is Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead on there? I will put the Animated Monitor suit up. As well as that picture of Batgirl. We're at 38-minute mark. We're cruising right along here. So that's cool. But no Nightwing picture because we don't have one yet. There was a leak a while ago. I don't know if we talked about this. Sometimes I skip things that aren't really that big. A British media magazine, TI magazine, on behalf of the Trusted Reviews website, leaked some details about Red Dead before it was announced in February. And basically, they got sued. And they had to pay out a settlement of $1.3 million. And they went, whoops. Yeah, they leaked details of the game thus far on scenes like Battle Royale mode, I guess. Like stuff that was in the thing but hadn't been announced yet. Mm-hmm. And they from their sources that they had about things that were legit. Mm-hmm. Like obviously they have like Rockstar obviously tells people information beforehand, but these guys put it out before they were supposed to, and they got in trouble for it, and it cost them $1.3 million fucking dollars. So someone got fired.
Yeah, easily. A couple people
got fired. Then there was this cool thing that came out. It was Mickey Mouse drawn by Setsuna Nomura, the guy who does Kingdom Hearts. It was just him drawing Mickey for kind of like his storyboards on Kingdom Hearts. And it looks pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's just someone else drawing Mickey. And I saw this article today, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because you don't see a lot of that, like of the game director, like people doing their initial stuff to show off assets and things like that. So I just like the picture. And someone else drawing Mickey other than Disney and like random people. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'll throw that up here too, so you guys can see it. Titanfall 3 and Star Wars Jedi Order could release sometime in 2019. Jedi Order was announced at the Game Awards awkwardly by Andrea Renee and what's his name there? Remember that clip where it was like they were sitting in the stands and they announced it? It was the weirdest fucking exchange just because it looked like it was kind of like done at the last second. A Star Wars game where you play as Jedi during, I think it's the execution of them, sounds like a pretty good game, but we haven't had a good Jedi game in a long time. Mm-hmm. And no, I don't count the fucking Battle Royale games. Battlefront. I am so fucking pissed off about those games because they should have been fucking good, but no. They fucked two of them. Not one, but fucking two.
I didn't even get invested in the second one because the first one made me so fucking mad.
They are fucking $8 a piece fucking all the time, and I'm still like, no. I can't fucking do it. They fucked them so bad.
First game that there was no story mode.
Yeah, and just like,
it was all online. I was like, nope.
And they didn't learn anything. And it's like, fuck. I'm okay with playing online, but give me the goddamn single player to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was honestly the coolest thing about that was the story.
Awesome.
And then
watching the trailer.
And then they had that Galactic Conquest thing where you could play either side and just do a 200 on battle and shit. And I'm like, you fucked it.
Yeah.
And Titanfall 3, Titanfall 2, fun game. I played it finally. Why do they keep sending that game out to die? They keep sandwiching it in shit, and it just does all right.
They must be okay with it.
Titanfall 1 didn't have multiplayer, and it was like Xbox for a bit. And then they put Titanfall 2 out, and it had single player, it had multiplayer, and it improved. It came out in like the November, October.
So like Call of Duty.
Yeah, it came out all sandwiched between that. It's where they stuck Tomb Raider this year, and it didn't do as well. You gotta stop. Don't put games there. And fucking, they sandwiched it in between their own fucking games.
I guess like if you're making your own things.
But either way,
money comes to my account anyways. I don't care where the money comes from.
But if you want, but wouldn't you rather have 3 or 4 games that do exponentially well than 2 games that do great and then one that does kind of okay? What the fuck?
Well,
there's no point in.
Titanfall came out in fucking August.
Yeah.
Would it do amazingly well?
Yeah, it would do a lot better than that. Look at Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man's one. Spider-Man could have came out in November, still done fucking gangbusters.
I don't know because if it came out around Call of Duty,
Spider-Man would easily do better than Titanfall.
It would
in November.
Comparable. It is though because if you put it up against Call of Duty, which makes a shit ton of money, and then if Red Dead come out when it was supposed to, it's fucked.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like between those two, but I'm just saying like. How much do you think is the difference of Titanfall coming out in September versus now?
Okay, well, even look at Tomb Raider. If they move Tomb Raider, like,
I guess
it just do things better.
But there's only so much time.
They're now moving everything to February. There's like 3 giant ass games coming out in like February 22nd or something.
You want your first quarter, your second, your third.
Oh, I understand that, but you can move dates around and still fit in that fucking quarter. I would want my games to make the maximum potential that they can.
I think there's always competition, though.
There is.
The movie calendar.
Oh, yeah.
The movie calendar is fucked. Look at December. There's 5 or 6 fucking movies opening up like around Aquaman.
Yeah.
All in that last like week and a half of December.
Yeah.
You got 6 movies. Which one's gonna do well?
Yeah, but
none of them will do well.
But how many are Warner Brothers? You know what I mean?
I think Warner Bros. Is only the one.
But exactly, but like they know to not put their own, like they're not gonna open.
Yeah.
They're not gonna open Aquaman and then have like, just for hearsay, Wonder Woman come out next fucking week.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Like there's, because you're just shooting yourself in the fucking foot. But that's what they did with Titanfall too. They put out Titanfall and then like 3 weeks later or whatever, Battlefield came out. Like you killed your own fucking game. You sandwiched it in between.
I think it's the idea of like.
But the same type of game too. It's a shooter.
Yeah, it's a shooter game. All games are the same. But I think it's the idea of like, if you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy it in those first couple weeks.
But if you have the opportunity to be like,
if you, let's say it's like a schedule, you know, like if you want to buy it later, you can always just go buy it later.
Yeah, but it'll be discounted and won't make as much money.
It's not discounted like a month later. It's still $80.
Tomb Raider was.
Was it?
Yeah. They cut that thing in like half. But like if you have Battlefield in November, move Titanfall to February, a lot of people might be done with Battlefield, and then they're like, I want to play another shooter. What's out? Oh, Titanfall's out. Cool. Boom. Instantly more money. But if you're like, maybe I'll play Titanfall. Oh, you know what? I'll wait. Wait till it's like $20 fucking bucks. Mm-hmm. And then like they make nothing and they're stupid because they could have made the money, just move the fucking date.
Yeah. But that's a weird thing.
Yeah, it is. Games are weird. It's hard to compare the media because they're like, a movie will make money regardless and it'll make it up back on DVD, right? Mm-hmm. Or it might even make more money on DVD. Yeah. Or like you see that all the time. The movie makes more money on DVD, so they greenlight a sequel based off of that. But like a game, it's hard to do that because it won't make the money up, right?
Yeah, like
the longer it sits there, the less likely you are to make a profit on that. And especially like if the resale value on that shit is dropped and they don't make any money off that either. So it's hard to compare the two. But we'll do it anyways because scheduling wise,
you can see like the similarities. Like,
yeah,
you got 12 months. But they put the same number of movies in the summer, and then at the Christmas time, and then now they've done the same thing where they're loading February and March.
Yeah. Games finally have just fucking caught on to that. There is more months than between September and December.
Yeah.
Games are like, oh my god, there's more months after that, and everyone went yes.
But there's not just the 4 at the end of the year.
Because and like. May sometimes was another little window that they had to release some stuff. Kind of the things like Titanfall that you would be, and like your Titanfalls, your Tomb Raiders that like, aren't going to do gangbusters, but like they'll help you out a little bit. But then they're like, you know what? Those games did great. Let's move them to that calendar thing. And we're like, no!
It's going to get smoked.
No! It's fucking ridiculous. If you go to, I wonder if this will open. There's on PlayStation Lifestyles, at the bottom of every page, they have the calendar release dates that are coming up.
Okay, except on the bottom of this page.
Except on the bottom of this page, to make me a fucking liar. What the fuck? Usually, like, maybe it's only on the... it's on the corner on this one. So, like, you can see the calendar. It's like, it's ridiculous. So you had Life is Strange in September. Then in October, you have Odyssey. Then you had... Black Ops a couple weeks later, and then after that it's fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, and then Spiral they moved because they were like, this game's gonna get fucked in the ass, and then they moved
on the November.
I'm gonna open October and November to see, because like it's a bit much. So like look at this fucking list. So like you had Mega Man out on the 2nd. Odyssey on the 5th, wrestling, that does some well sometimes. You had that come out. Then you had Call of Duty on the 12th.
Look at all the other small games that come out.
A bunch of small games that I'm just going right by. You had Lego's DC on the 16th. The Dark Soul trilogy out, which is another big game for people, on the 19th. Soul Calibur on the 19th. Just Dance 2019 on every fucking console, including the Wii, on the 23rd. You had Paw Patrol on a roll on October 23rd. My Hero's Justice, a lot of people like that kind of thing. You had Red Dead. You had like that's a big fucking month.
Yeah, Red Dead closed out October.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man's DLC also. But like, fuck, that's a lot of games, and we skipped a lot of little ones. Yeah, like this Dagata 1 probably did well because it's one of those games. Fist of the North Star is another one of that. Like
Fisting the North Star.
Fisting the North Star, yeah. And then like so November you got Ride 3. Yeah, you don't got a lot here. You got Spyro. So you got Spiral on the 13th. You got Hitman on the 13th. Its early access is on the 19th. Fallout on November 14th. Battlefield 5 November 22nd or November 20th. Darksiders 3 comes out on the 27th, and Farming Simulator comes out on the 20th. So like you got a lot of big games coming out. And then like September's pretty clear.
September, yeah,
Destiny launched, and then Dragon Quest came out.
God of War.
No,
God
War. Yeah. Yeah. So you had that, and then you had that's like Zone of the Enders came out, but I don't give a fuck about that as far as I know. NASCAR Heat 3. Then that's where all the sports games comes out. NBA 2K, NBA Live. Spider-Man came out on the 7th. Hockey on the 14th. Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the 14th. So, like, September's kind of okay for you.
What's in December?
I don't know if there's... Life is Strange came out on the 27th, and then FIFA is fucking massive. The Walking Dead game came out, and then they closed the studio.
They don't have ones for December?
It might not go...
Go to the main page?
I'm just going to go to 2018. It might give us... Oh, yeah, it's 2019.
But let's scroll to the bottom.
I can just go here.
Yeah.
December, you got to be careful because you're getting that holiday, like Black Friday-ish, and you don't want to have your game released at that time because it'll go right in that sale and you're fucked. Oh, I didn't know Just Cause came out in December. Fuck, I love Just Cause. So, yeah. Because like
that's a short list though.
Just because like you're hitting Black Friday and Christmas, and all these games are going to end up on it. So like you got Just Cause 4. Persona Dancing in the Moonlight and Persona Dancing in the Starlight will do well.
Yeah.
That Persona type of thing does really well. And then another Persona game. I guess it's both games in a collection. And then The Walking Dead. See this? This is.
Final season.
This hasn't been updated because that's not coming.
They're trying.
They're trying, but it's not gonna happen. And then The Last Remnant maybe, but yeah, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of big games too, and little ones we skipped that like obviously people want to play. So speaking of games people want to play, Rockstar and Red Dead Redemption 2 made a shit ton of money. That's my segue there. I read that wrong. I'm dumb. In 3 days, they made $725 million.
Highest 3-day entertainment
property thing.
Like Taken.
Yeah.
You know, like most grossing entertainment thing in 3 days.
Yeah.
Because like I think this like the top one before that was, I want to say Avengers. Yeah. I think Infinity War.
Yeah, it was.
Was that like 6 and change for 3 days? It was like I think it was like 625.
Yeah.
So it had like an extra. This has like another $100 million ahead of it.
Yeah. So it is the second biggest opening in Rockstar's history. The last one, obviously, being Grand Theft Auto 5, which made $1 billion during that. Yeah. So, Jesus Christ, GTA 5 was actually released on a Tuesday, so technically Red Dead Redemption 2 posted the biggest opening weekend for any entertainment property everywhere. And obviously there's an asterisk next to that because like...
Well, it just has the extended... It's like when movies come out on a Wednesday at the holiday season.
But not even that, but like... The game's $80.
Well, yeah, that too.
So obviously it's gonna make more money than like a $10 ticket.
Than a movie ticket or whatever.
But still, that is no thing. That's a shit ton of money. And that's not even accounting for it's online. Which
that's physical copies?
No.
Oh.
It's Red Dead Online, like GTA Online. That hasn't launched yet.
Oh yeah, that's.
But that'll make it a shit ton of money too. Which launches in November, so there's another November release date for you. But like, fuck, man, that is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK, the game sold well enough in physical form, but was not enough to topple FIFA 19, which is the UK's fastest-selling box game this year, although those figures do not include digital sales. So, Red Dead sold a shit ton of money, but in the UK, more people bought soccer than they did Red Dead, at least in the physical form.
Yeah, physical copies.
The fuck is wrong with you? Soccer?
We just went through the list. You saw. You came.
I know.
FIFA were like FIFA's huge. It is.
Hot take. Soccer's stupid, and I hate it. I don't care who I piss off. Soccer's boring.
Oh my goodness.
Soccer's like 3 hours long, and no one scores.
And somehow someone still wins.
I shit you not. I was watching a highlight of a game, and it was like one of those. There's like 80 million soccer leagues.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of confusing leagues.
And like they were playing for whatever championship this was. Nobody fucking scored, and they're like, "This team wins," and I'm like, "No, they didn't."
What do you flip a coin?
If no one scores in the Stanley Cup final, you know what they do? They keep playing until someone scores. There's been like 9 fucking periods of hockey played.
Fucking it's over now, but
the World Cup,
the World Series.
That's what I meant.
I think Game 3.
Yeah, it went real long.
It went from 19 innings.
Yeah, it went real long.
It was last Friday.
I think it's the second highest now.
It was last Friday because I remember I went after we recorded. I went out.
Yeah.
And I was at the bar and I was watching it, and it was like 0-0. It was like the 8th or 9th inning. It was almost done. And then I think on Monday or Sunday or something, I was reading something and it said like, Robert read it.
Yeah.
It made me want to go back, and I was like, how many innings was in this game? Because it said like, I think I saw the scoreboard like where it's built across, right? And I was like, I went back and Googled it. I was like, yeah, what like 19 fucking innings? Like they played until like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, they played a lot. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
And then they were like, oh yeah, people baseball is on. But yeah, Bugsy. Whatever.
Paul's on Fire teaser trailer. What is this?
This is
Bugsy 3D.
So there's a horrible game called This, and I don't know why, but they keep trying to bring this fucking guy back, and like
he looks like a marketable character.
He was, but like his game was fucking terrible. But they put it out last year and called Woolly Strike Back, and it was not good. And like now they're bringing it back again. It's gonna be on all the consoles, and I don't know why they keep trying to make this character a thing. He wasn't a thing back in the day. He was one of those console platformers that they kept trying to do, but he didn't take off, and his game sucked. And they keep trying to make it, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because they keep trying to do it.
If he's not popular, he's then cheap.
Oh yeah.
So it's easy to make the game.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It looks cheap.
But it does. I like side scroller though, like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but just fucking play an old one. That's the only reason I brought that up was just to shit on Bugsy. When did they announce this? PlayStation Experience? No, E3, right? Yeah, Medieval, right? They showed off that trailer of that he was coming back. There was an announcement trailer this week, showing off kind of what the game looked like and the game. What the game looks like for Medieval. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. So this is Medieval. I think his name is like Sir Arthur or something. I don't know. I've never actually played this game, but I've played like his name is Sir Dan. Medieval follows the story of Sir Dan, an unlikely champion who met an unfortunate end on the field of battle. He receives a redemption chance when his nemesis, the evil centaur Lord Zurich, accidentally resurrects him 100 years after that fateful day. Lord Zurich seeks to conquer the kingdom of Galamir, and only the skeletal Sir Dan stands between Zurch's army of the undead and his kingdom sworn to protect. But this looks, it's like, so this is the original PlayStation game. In the clip they show it, right? Because they rebuilt it from the ground up. So there's the PS1 game. There's the PS4 game. So they're just updating the game and making it look new. Yeah. It's a remake, not a remaster, which is awesome. I want to play this. I like the aesthetic of it. And cool. The demo I played a long ass time ago was pretty cool, but I never actually got around to playing the game. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I want to save that one story for last. But this is cool. There was a prototype Wii remote for the GameCube that sold at an auction this week. And it showed that Nintendo was experimenting with the nunchuck and the Wiimote for the GameCube before they brought it over to the Wii.
Like they were going to put this controller on the cube and then decided to just put it on
it's an early prototype that had the whole bundle, had the sensor bar. There was a picture of the sensor bar just sitting on top of the thing. But yeah, and it plugs into the cube, which is really...
Do you have a cube?
I think. Oh, fuck yeah. The little
the little blue one.
Yeah, with the little handle on it. Shit, I fucking love the GameCube. Speaking of, the Switch has reached 22 million lifetime sales in a solid 6 months for Nintendo. So, Nintendo sold 3.19 million to the Switch in the second quarter, pushing the console life sales to 22.86 units across its lifetime. It's yeah. The 3DS also sold another 100 million units, and the NES and Super NES combined sold 3.69 million across the classic editions. Yeah, which Nintendo, you didn't make enough initially, then released a whole bunch, and everyone bought a shit ton. It's almost like you should have did that in the first place. And then they showed like a bunch of totals for things for various stuff. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that the Switch has sold that many consoles because they historically... I know my keyboard sucks. Historically, Nintendo console sales have been like not so well. I think the GameCube is at like 13. Go down the list here. So the Wii is bullshit. I don't count its sales because like I don't count that because like
what, they buy a bunch themselves?
No, they sold that with the fucking bowling thing, and everyone and their grandma wanted it. It's like it's an easy sell.
I guess it was the first like move thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like yeah.
It's an easy sell. Like just super fucking easy. Although the DS
This is an order?
This is an order of highest selling consoles, yes.
So the highest selling console is the PlayStation 2 with 155 million units?
Yep.
The
4 is at 86.
That's it? I mean, it's a high for new consoles. Like
they're predicting.
But how did those ones do so much better?
PS2 is also bullshit because it was a DVD player that was cheaper than a DVD player.
It was at the time.
Yeah. So you were like, hey, I could buy this $600 DVD player, or I could buy the $200 console, $300 console, get the game and a DVD player, which is why it's so high on the list. But they are predicting that the PS4 may reach that, but they're also predicting it could pass the Wii U in terms, or the Wii.
It could pass the Wii.
It could pass the Wii in sales. That's what they're predicting. The PS3 is at 83.
Yeah.
The PlayStation Portable is at 62. But
definitely ahead of Xbox.
Yeah. What I wanted to talk about.
Where's 360 there?
Was the
the first one?
What?
Xbox.
It's probably down farther.
Oh, there it is. Stop. Sorry. Xbox, 24 million.
Yeah.
So the one has 39, and the 360 has 84.
Yeah. So it's on its way to passing the Nintendo 64. Because the Nintendo 64 only sold 32.
Well, 30. We'll go 33.
33 million units.
And we're at 28?
And they're at 22 as of right now. So. And it was released in 2017.
Yeah.
So, like, the Switch is picking up steam. It's going to keep selling, which is good for Nintendo consoles. But, like, Nintendo's consoles are well beloved after the Super.
Nintendo
sold.
System. Was that the original? Oh, yeah.
That's the original. Yeah.
No,
Nintendo 60, the original.
Right here. Yeah, right there. It's 60. And then, I'm just saying, like, I was looking at the number, like, if the Switch could.
They've gone down. Like, the Nintendo Entertainment System sold 60. The Super Nintendo sold 49.
And this was in 83.
And this was, yeah, exactly. And then, like, 64 got its ass kicked by the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
It sold 32.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch is at 22. The GameCube only sold 21. It passed the GameCube.
Yep.
The Wii U sold 13 because it's a shitty console.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to put that in perspective, the Vita, a system that they stopped supporting like 6 months in, sold 10.
10 to 15. It's not an accurate number. It's weird. Like, they stopped caring how many they sold.
Exactly.
They're like, whatever.
I think it's estimated because I think it's saying what, like, it could finish at. Because technically it's still selling.
Well, all these are going up. Like, I'm just saying, with that theory, they would say for Switch, it would say 22 to 37. Like,
yeah,
you know, so that's just because they just don't care.
And then, like, the poor, like, so this is what's really sad. The Dreamcast sold 9.13 million. Yep. The Yena's Classic is at 5. Like, it's not that far
Sega
off.
Saturn is 926.
And then, like, down here, the regular Classic Edition sold 2.3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really bad. I feel bad for it. Millions games selling console. Millions selling game. What the hell? Oh, is it the fuck? Is it the same list?
No, it's slightly different. Like, this has PlayStation, and PlayStation has one.
Wait, what the hell?
This has, maybe it got rid of like handhelds.
Maybe.
This is a physical like.
This does
game.
Not have the handhelds in it. Yeah,
but yeah,
it's the same list. Well, the Switch is not. It's not a handheld. It's not a handheld console. Fucking Nintendo will punch you in the face if you tell them it is. And this adds.
And then it has handhelds down here. So
yeah.
This is a nice list. Yeah.
Look at the fucking difference. Look at the DS. Granted, the DS came out in 2004 and has like 85 different variants, but like it sold a fucking 54 million fucking units. Granted, it's been out for 27 years, but like. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color underneath it are like 40 million less. And then the poor PlayStation Portable is at 82. 82. That sucks because like the Vita, look at the fucking they fucked up. They fucked up real bad. Because look at the Portable. 82. You went from 82 in 2004 to the Vita that were released in 2011 to 10 to 15.
What's their other handheld? They don't have one.
That's it. They stopped at the Vita. They were done. There's been rumors they might try again, but like, you fucked up $70 million console units. Yeah. What the fuck did you do? Well, we know what you did. You stopped supporting it and you didn't give it any first there was no support for it. There was no big games that after that first initial wave. There was no sports games on it. How do you not put a fucking sports game on it? Mm-hmm. You put fucking NHL on the Vita? You put fucking FIFA? You put fucking FIFA?
That's what you needed to do.
Look at when we watched E3.
Yeah.
There was like a 20-minute segment on what you could do with FIFA on the Switch this year. Mm-hmm. I talk about soccer. I have to get out of frame so people don't know I'm talking about soccer. That's crazy. This is weird. Dedicated. That's like
Oh, I like this one. Consoles by company. Nintendo's still in the lead.
Yeah.
Adding home consoles and handhelds, they're at 700 million units, followed by Sony with 525.
Followed by Microsoft.
At 118.
Followed by Sega, who's not made a console since the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
But look at Mattel. What are you making Mattel? That's so cute. You think they put out that N-Gage. I bet you that's all N-Gage numbers. Because what else did they put out? It is.
N-Gage, yeah.
Remember that fucking thing? It was like a phone, but also a thing.
I have no idea what. No, go up.
Oh, to the N-Gage. You've seen this thing. I know you've seen this thing. This stupid looking fucking thing. It was supposed to be like a fucking phone, but as well as a console. But
it opened up, right?
No, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, it's like a fucking Game Gear, but worse. How do you? They were like, it's a handheld thing and a mobile phone, and I'm like, that looks like the most awkward fucking thing in both ways.
Yeah, like how would that work as a phone? And I'm playing on this little tiny screen because you have all these fucking buttons on it.
It's so.
And I wonder what the screen looked like. Was it like black pixels? Or was it like?
I don't know. Was it N-Gage? Why is that?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, let's talk about North Carolina. I hate this keyboard. I hate it.
Obviously, missed something.
I am obviously Gage. I am so stupid. How about we just do this instead of typing like idiots? We'll just do a Google search for it, and then we'll go to
Images.
Videos, and then we'll go to someone showing off video footage of this stupid console.
Muted.
It's already muted. Also, I've had it set to... Oh my god, it's not muted. Why isn't it muted? I muted it. Stupid fucking thing.
Well, this is just an ad. That's free to play.
Yeah.
They want an advertisement.
Okay, so there's the N-Gage. It's stupid looking.
Just click through this.
Yeah. Oh, it is color.
I mean, it looks bad, but I mean, it's fucking 15 years old or whatever.
Yeah, it's
an odd thing. Like, I wouldn't play it just looks awkward to play.
This fucking thing sold 3 million units.
3
million are stupid.
Yeah.
3 million people are stupid.
Yeah.
If you bought an N-Gage, please comment down below. No, seriously, if you ever bought an N-Gage and you watch any of our podcasts somewhere, let me know. I'm curious to see why you bought this thing and thought it was a good idea.
N-Gage was discontinued in November 2005 with Nokia moving its gaming capabilities onto selected Series 60 smartphones.
It is considered a financial failure. No shit. Idiot. Yeah, so that was our sidetrack talking about.
I think we're...
What are we at?
113.
Okay, quickly, we have to talk about the fucking game list for the PlayStation Classic. And that's the last story, and then we're out of here for this week. So, Sony announced the 20 games upcoming for the plug-and-play console that is the PlayStation Classic. You are getting Battle Arena, Tash Eden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent
That's the first
Cube.
GTA, right?
Yeah. Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Odd World, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelation Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, Wild Arms, and those are your list.
I like Cool Borders. I played the shit out of that.
Does any of this warrant you paying $100 for this thing?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Out of that list, I recognize like 3 games. I recognize Cool Borders, obviously GTA.
I'm sure you recognize other names, but have not necessarily. Yeah,
but like I don't give a shit.
Yeah, as like.
But Rainbow Six, I played a shit ton of that, and Twisted Metal too.
Yeah. Here's the problem. You put the wrong Twisted Metal on there because you are either supposed to put Twisted Metal 2, which is far superior than 1.
Was it on PS1?
Yeah. All of them were on PS1,
Okay.
except for Black, which was on PS2, which awesome. But my personal bias is Twisted Metal 3 is the best, and you should have fucking put that shit on there. And we talked a few weeks ago about what should be on here, and you know what's missing from this list is fucking Road Rash and Jet Moto. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I understand a few of these are on here because they are what they are to PlayStation. Intelligent Cube, Mr. Driller, Jump Flash are the games that made the Final Fantasy VII sold fucking consoles. Cool Borders 2, I fucking love Cool Borders, but I think I played 3.
I think I played 3.
Yeah.
Like, why 2? Why not 3? 3 feels like it was the better one.
I kind of want this, and I kind of don't. I kind of want this because I want to play Cool Borders. Final Fantasy VII, I can play on anything. Someone made a joke, I forget who it was. It's like the Skyrim fucking thing. You can play it on your fucking fridge now.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, I'd love to check out on here, but again, I can just play that anywhere.
Well, we have it. We bought them for the old one.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the like not 3. This is the OG.
Well, still,
this
like
is the
just
top
just think about this is the top view.
Yeah.
Just think about
But,
the difficulty you had playing the other ones and how bad that will make you.
Playing the original Rayman. Be
Yeah.
cool. Resident Evil Director's Cut. I tried to play the remaster. That tank shit is a pain in my ass. But that, like, I don't give a fuck about Super Puzzle Fighter. Siphon Filter, I'd like to play through. That might be fun. Tekken 3.
The list wasn't crazy.
It's not crazy. The problem is it's not great, but it's not good either.
Yeah.
Siphon Filter, right? Tekken 3. I fucking love Tekken. Especially Tekken 3. That's like one of the best ones. I'd like to play Rainbow Six. I don't remember playing it. Twisted Metal? Fucking course I'll play Twisted Metal. And then Wild Arms I'd love to check out. Playing Metal Gear would be cool too. But like, this list just...
Yeah, Metal Gear I recognize too.
It's a good list, but it's also not a great list.
Yeah.
Is my problem with it. When they announced it, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to buy this.
Yeah, for $100.
Like, I bought the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic because obviously nostalgia. We fucking around with them every now and then. Good games on there. They're fun to screw around with. We fucking played TalkingBull, game neither of us had ever played, and we just played that. That was entertaining. But like,
these are games that, like, the thing is, as systems got more evolved, the games became more evolved. So they're not games that you could sit down and play for a couple hours and like kind of have a good time. They're the games that you kind of got to invest time in.
Rainbow Six, Wild Arms, I think Persona Revelations, Resident Evil, Siphon Filter, and Metal Gear are all games that are heavy story oriented. They are full fucking games. They're not like a Mario where you can sit down and play for 5 minutes and be like, this is cool. Yeah.
Still have a fun time
Even like Zelda on there, like, it's a thing, but like you could just fuck around in that. Like, Final Fantasy on those consoles, like Final Fantasy. That is a 4-disc game on the PlayStation. It's 4. Yeah. Four, I fucking own that thing. It's 4 fucking PlayStation 1 discs because of the size of the PlayStation. Jesus.
Yeah, those are games like I think to market these things in a way that they're useful is like, unfortunately, it's more things that are like plug and play where like I can jump in and play it, like Cool Borders, like those things.
You could do a race in Cool Borders and be like, cool.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the first consoles were like, where they just played them to entertain you, but not like there was no story. To those games. Even Mario, Save the Princess, the same fucking story for 18 games. You know, but like they were quick and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And you just play it and not. These ones are becoming more involved, where they're like.
It's funny calling PlayStation 1 games evolved.
Well, like.
I know what you mean. It's just funny.
Not visually, but
even if you just think of like stories,
look at where they go now.
Look at like. Again, this is because Kojima is insane. Look at Metal Gear now.
Yeah, put together a list of PS4 games that would be on a PS4 Classic, and be like, I'm not for $100.
Spider-Man and Horizon Zero Dawn, obviously, because they're first party, but like, those are not games you just fucking sit down and like plug and play. They're like,
like you got to invest.
They're at least 20-hour games. Like they're not. You can't just fucking sit down and be like, cool, I'm gonna try this out. No, If you're playing Spider-Man or Horizon, you're playing them. If you're playing Final Fantasy VII, you're playing Final Fantasy VII. There is no like, I'm just going to see what this is about. From the get-go, you're fucking involved in Final Fantasy. Like, yeah, a few of these games, like, I think Battle of Cool, Borders Destruction Derby, maybe IntelliCube, like, some of them are, but, like, half of this list is games that are, like, they're involved. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
And I think that's...
it's going to be a detriment, I think, to some of it.
And I don't think they're... Obviously, I don't think they're...
Plus, this $100, that's the U.S. listing. That's, like, $125 for us.
Yeah. If not 150.
If not 150.
But and I don't see them obviously like doing like a PS2 one or a PS3 one now. Like
they might. No, you know what? The PS2 classics are really big on the on the consoles.
Too, but eventually, like you won't see a 3 anytime in the next 5 years.
No,
like they just stopped doing. You know what I mean? Like
plus people are upset. Like Crash was missing, Spyro was missing.
These are things that would then happen.
Tomb Raider.
Like the PS4 one would happen in 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
But
I want my 64.
Yeah.
And apparently they patented a GameCube one. Mm-hmm. Or not GameCube, fuck. Game Boy. That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. I'd play that. Again, I don't know if it's just that Nintendo...
Because their games aren't as involved as these ones.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
but
just
like,
for...
They, like... Metal Gear, yes, nostalgic, but like when you think of nostalgia and gaming, for the most part, it is Nintendo, and I think it's just because their games are the way they are.
Yeah.
And like we played Mario last night for what 3-4 hours, the 64. It's just fun. Mm-hmm. Like got nowhere, but it's fun. Before that, we fucking played the classics, and before that, we played Donkey Kong. Like it's just fun to mess around in those games. Yeah, but that's your list. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I might get it. I got those classics finally, but that's this is one of those things where like you see it later on down the road. It might still be the same price. It might be cheaper if you can find it, but you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
It just cut out.
Yeah, it just
happened because I looked over and
there we go. That was weird. Sorry. The video's gonna stutter a little bit at the end. I apologize if you make it to this. I can just cut where we froze to this.
We'll do it to this. Go. And that was Talking Bull.
I'd like to thank you for joining us this week. We will be back next week with more Talking Bull. Be sure to comment, like, follow, and subscribe. And please join our Discord for all Talking Bull news and updates, as well as our Twitter. Thank you. Goodbye.